Welcome, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I'm going to be doing a collective message for water signs today. It's a little different than I've done before, but I was inspired by my morning meditation to talk about the planet Venus. It's a very important planet in my particular chart, but I think it's an important message that I am getting at this time. For many of you that are healing, you are getting messages around the way you actually love or don't love yourself, the practical manifestation of that in terms of how do you talk to yourself? How do you tell your story? What is your story? What have you selected of your experiences that you share with others or that you even tell yourself? If you had to write your story in a paragraph, would it be happy, sad, challenging, morbid, a struggle? Those are all ways that we manifest self-love, that we talk to ourselves, that we value who we are and the way we value it. So I pulled this crystal oracle, the rhodonite, and it's about the heart chakra. And the key word is love. Love is a verb. So make it your most treasured action. I love this. What I pulled for you water signs this afternoon is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, the Four of Cups. And it's interesting that this card is about the process of feeling better, understanding how you can choose experiences, relationships, opportunities that see you, that value you, that want to include you, that desire you. How is that different from what you've done in the past? And this is exactly about how we utilize our passion, our desire, support, attention, nurturing towards ourselves. Is it something we just give others? Here, any new opportunity, invitation, or offer can be a distraction. It can distract you from what you already have. It can seem to be the shiny, bright thing that you always wanted. You may have requested, dreamed this wish long ago when you were, in fact, a very different person. And upon arriving, is it really still a match for you? Are you still the person that wished upon that star? And if it is a match for you, are you understanding the new terms on which you are receiving it? Are you valuing it in the way that matches your energies now? Has it grown as you've grown? Does it understand the process of magic the way you are teaching yourself? In other words, magic is something you create. And that, I believe, is one of the most beautiful messages of this card. There's so much more I could say about it, but this is to be an inspiration, prompts for your own meditation. So hopefully something there is instructive about the energy of love that we need so urgently in the world, but we first have to give it to ourselves. In your present, the Page of Cups shows you wide open. Your imagination is absolutely relaxed, inspired, and even if it is in learning to address an unloving world or unkind relations, this is still precisely what our creativity is intended to do. How we find ways to manifest our services, our attention, our desire for support, the way that we look at connection, deep connections, the way that we honor and validate our imaginative abilities, the way that we gain intuition, information from our intuition, from all those invisible spheres that exist in the world, in our world. How are we always being supported, always being loved, always being cheered on, even when we are not aware of it? You're tapping into that energy for yourself, and it is empowering you in a mighty way. In the past, the Ten of Wands is describing the way that you've released an old set of responsibilities, the way that you have changed fundamentally. It's interesting that one of the things you've changed is your prompting to take responsibility for others, to serve others. You understand how, in many ways, it has been manipulated, sometimes used against you, but moreover, taking responsibility for others, the well being of others, for providing for others, has actually found you wanting, uncared for, unaccommodated. Um, and in that way, you understand the love that you believed you were earning was conditional, and that conditional love was not meant for you, was not set up for your success, does not recognize or value your contribution, but took it for granted. So this is obviously not specific to relationships. It's specific to any situation that you can apply it to. But you have put down the need to conform to what others expect of you. You've released the directives, the instructions of others that define what is success for you and what is available to you. You've let that go. And in many ways, it has deeply exhausted you. It has taken a lot out of you. And you are working very diligently to clear that away so that you can begin to build up your own resources again, your own inspiration, your own sense of how you are valuable, how you find value in who you are and what you can do. In the future, the Death card is really more properly called the Rebirth card. This is really emphasizing the major way in which you have gone through every area of your life, or most areas of your life, and eliminated, cut away the superficial fluff. This is all the things that weren't giving back to you, all the ways that you were investing in beliefs that did not support you, were not helpful to you, and that clearing away, that really allowing yourself to be completely flattened by the release of these energies. More often than not, it could have been structures, losses, authorities that you no longer invest in or need to invest in. The passing away of someone in your life can be, as loved as they were, a relief, a marker of the change in principles that you are compelled to pursue. And so you are about orchestrating your own rebirth. And this feels like about positioning yourself in the world in a different way than you have in the past. So I feel that there is this way of coming out of the shadows for you, coming out of the dark, moving forward into the light. In many decks, there's dawning in the background in an otherwise very dark, low-key environment. And I do believe that for many of you, the light is shining. Coinciding with daylight saving time in the US Northern Hemisphere for many of us. If this reading is resonating for you, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, please let me know. Please like this video. I love your comments. I love your thoughts. I love your appreciations. Please share this with others who may need it or enjoy it. And certainly subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I pulled the Trust card. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. This is deep for water signs because trust is something that has to be built, has to grow, has to be invested in. And I do believe that trusting yourself has been one of the biggest of strengths and growths of your healing process. And I describe a healing process because I'm reminded that for some of your sign, Pluto's transit through Capricorn, well, for all of you, has been extremely significant, where things that you may have trusted in have failed you over that 15-year cycle that just ended at the end of last year. Those institutions that we were used to, that home we had invested in, that marriage or relationship, though that job that you trusted in, all of this may have failed you in some significant way, in a way in which you had to reinvest in your own skills, your own power, your own judgment, your own sense, intuition about what was right for you. This is about trusting yourself and how critical that is to this major rebirth that you're experiencing at this time. In the present, the Page of Cups is clarified by the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So I absolutely see you moving away from a situation that's been challenging for you. I might have turned off my microphone accidentally. I hope it's back on. You are recognizing that there is a situation where you really weren't contributing in the way that you wanted to. You may have felt a little at sea in that environment. Something that you absolutely desired and manifested just turned out to be a place where you were comfortable adrift. And you may have needed that time because it appears as though you needed some peace. You needed to find some acceptance of something fundamental to your experience. This can be something around your identity. This can be something around your roots, your ancestors. But you explored that sufficiently in a way that gave you an adequate measure of resolve, of acceptance, and thus of the peace that you were seeking. What you have learned as well is that all the relationships, even those with your ancestors, those that have gone from your life, are still in active relationship with you. And that relationship is one that you are building. And your consciousness, your awareness is part of that negotiation. This ability to continue to build a relationship with ultimately yourself is what is helping you to advance your relationships in general, to understand that relationships are a series of contracts or agreements that are based upon your desires, and learning to ask for what you want, to claim what you want, particularly for those of you that were assigned or defined by others in a way that felt less than appropriate for what your talents have emerged into being. This is really a reminder that the equity, the justice that you seek in the world is available, and that magic is built. I love this. Magic is created. You create it every day through your awareness, through your ability to respect who you are, to value the principles and important aspects, resources, gifts of others. In the past, the Ten of Wands is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. You have never stopped working. You've never stopped improving upon your talents or skills. You've understood, and again, this relates to Pluto's passage through Capricorn that is now ended. You worked very hard to not only improve your circumstances, your skills, or your environment, but you understood how deeply it was connected to your personal, even spiritual development. You understood them as one and the same, and in that way, you have come to appreciate, in fact, be grateful for the experiences, the challenges that you've overcome. If this was about your survival, you feel fortunate to have been so consistently resilient in the past. You have bounced back like a rubber ball every time you were damn near crushed. And as a result of that, you have come to understand yourself in new ways, in enlightening ways. This understanding of your spiritual foundation is what you're now so grateful for. And in the future, the Death card is clarified by the Knight of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. You're holding on for dear life to your creative capacity, your pursuit of your interests, the ways in which you want to grow. You must expand. This is the foundation of who you are now. This is the foundation of your rebirth, is the ability to keep growing, to keep sharing, to keep teaching, to keep learning. And this is what is inspiring you, all of the interest, particularly in a world that can seem so chaotic, so unkind. And you are inspired by that. Others are motivated and inspired by you. And this is one of your superpowers in establishing a foundation for this growth in your own life. I'm going to pick a crystal oracle to finish up this reading. And out has jumped the sacral chakra. This is the seat of our creativity, our sensuality, our passion, our creativity. And the crystal pictured is the fire agate. The key word is creation. The flames of destruction will ignite a rebirth. Well, and we're kind of back to the beginning of the future, aren't we? This is a rebirth in every way. That the flames of destruction that literally can be Pluto and Capricorn have actually empowered, ignited. So if you found this content useful, please check out the video above. And until next time, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, namaste.